Hi everybody, bringing you back on yet another onion binge recipe that I'm going to do, canning recipe. I've got a few, 5 onions to be exact, left over from my 10-pound bag. So I decided, what can I do different with these that I don't think anybody else has probably done yet. I'm going to do a recipe out of this cookbook. Let's see if I can get it up there for you. That one. We're going to page 59 for the Balsamic Onion Jam. Sounds a little strange. In fact, when my husband asked me what I was going to be canning today, and I told him, of course, the first thing out of his mouth was, "Ugh, yuck. Why would you want to do that?" Personally, with certain meats, I like a savory sweet something with it. For instance, turkey. I like cranberry sauce with my turkey. That's not savory, but it's sweet. I'm kind of picky about what I like. I can't stand pineapple and meat together. It goes back to a childhood thing. Don't ask. But I don't want pineapple anywhere near my meat. So anyway, but I thought this would probably be good with pork chops, even chicken, any number of things. In fact, the picture in the book has it as a topping on a burger. I don't know if I would go so far as that, but anyway, I chose this recipe because I didn't think anybody else has done it yet, and it sounds different, and I wanted to use the onions. I love my Vidalia onions, and I wouldn't want to use any other type of onion in a onion jam recipe. So anyway, let's go over what we're going to need. We got 2 pounds of onions diced. I've still got to cut those up. We're going to need half a cup of balsamic vinegar. This is 6%, so it's fine for this. We're going to need half a cup of maple syrup, 1.5 teaspoons of salt. I'm just going to use canning salt. 2 teaspoons of white pepper, ground. 1 bay leaf. 2 cups of apple juice. I'm going with 100% juice, just to kind of keep it as natural as possible. It is made from concentrate, but you know, unless I go press my own apples. Anyway, it does call for ball low or no sugar pectin. It's going to have 3 tablespoons of that, and it's going to have half a cup of sugar in it. I hadn't measured that out yet, but anyway, I had everything here on hand too to make this. So here we go. I'm going to get my onions chopped up and ready to go, and I'll bring you back when we're going to start putting everything together. Got my 2 pounds of diced onions in there. Hot. I'm going to add the next 6 ingredients. So there's half a cup of balsamic vinegar. Ooh, I got maple syrup all over my counter. Here's a half a cup of maple syrup. And come on out of there. I love you. Don't want to waste that. Got that on my hands too. Definitely don't want to waste maple syrup. I hate it. I spilled some on the counter. This stuff is expensive. And I did spray my measuring cup a little bit with some Pam so it would slide on out of there pretty good. Alright, that's pretty good. Let's see, next we have 1.5 teaspoons of salt. I'm just using my canning salt. And there's 1. There's 2. Okay. 2 teaspoons of ground white pepper. That's an awful lot of pepper. You know what? I think I'm gonna cut that a little bit just for me. That's a lot of pepper. I'm just gonna go with 1.5. Should be all right. 1 bay leaf. turning the heat up on this. Well, bay leaf don't want to come out of there that way. There we go. 1 bay leaf. And for the last 2 cups of apple juice. Alright. Cups of apple juice. Oops. I added the apple juice too soon. Dang it. Well, I was supposed to heat the onions and balsamic vinegars and spices over medium heat for 15 minutes or until the onions were done. I kind of jumped the gun on that. I was supposed to wait on the apple juice. Well, too late now. I've already added the apple juice. It's what I get for not thoroughly reading the recipe. So we're just going to make do. At least I haven't put the pectin in yet. So we're gonna work with what we got, folks. Yeah, read your directions first. Thought I had. It says next 6 ingredients, so I was counting after the onions. And the next thing was the apple juice. Oh well, it meant the onions plus 5 more ingredients. Alright, we'll get this cooking and be back. Alright, I think we'll be fine on this. Mainly you were doing, it was the first 6 ingredients, the onions plus balsamic vinegar, salt, pepper, whatever else, the bay leaf, the maple syrup, to cook these down for 15 minutes till they're kind of translucent. So we're pretty much at that stage. They look translucent enough to me. Now we would add in the apple juice, which I've already done. And we're going to add 3 tablespoons of the ball pectin. 1, 2, 3. Okay. We're going to bring this up to a rolling boil that I can't stir down, and we're going to boil it hard for 1 minute. So I've got this on high heat. I'm going to get my sugar ready to go in because that'll go in next. My water for my lids and stuff are ready back there. Okay. Just going to let that get up to a good rolling boil. Okay, actually once it comes to a rolling boil, then we're going to add the sugar and boil it hard for 1 minute once it comes back to a boil. So while we're waiting for this to boil, we'll bring you back. Got us up to the boiling boil. I can't stir down, so I'm going to add in the sugar. Get this stirred in. Off the back of my spoon. This back up to that rolling boil, and we're going to start our timer for 1 minute. My jars are in the dishwasher staying hot. We've got the sanitize feature, but this is going to cook for, process for I think 15 to 20 minutes. I'll have to double check on that. Got my lids over here on some rings and hot water ready to go. There we go. Okay, it's not stirring down though, so let me start my timer for 1 minute. And once we get this completed, we'll start jarring this up. Y'all ever had one of those canning episodes where everything you're trying to do just doesn't work out? I'm having one of those. I think the signs were all there that I wasn't supposed to do this today. First off, we need to fish out bay leaf. We don't need that anymore. I definitely don't want to jar it up. Definitely has an interesting flavor. Yeah, my canner, which I thought was heating up outside, is not. So, we're going to leave 1/4 inch headspace on these. It says it's supposed to make about, come on, 5 half pints. I've got 6 jars out here just in case it makes a little more. Check our headspace, and we are going to debubble because this does have chunks of stuff in it. And if I can read, okay, 1/4 inch headspace. I don't know if y'all can see that or not, but that'd be almost right there. It's pretty high up there. So, all right, we're going to debubble. And you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and fill all these jars and get that part done, and then we'll do a debubble and a rim wipe. Can't even talk today. I may not get quite the 5 half pints it said, since I boiled down the apple juice so much, putting it in before it's supposed to go. Let's see. Yeah, probably all right. That one probably take a little bit more. Really hot. Let's see where we at. A little bit more. A bit more. Some onions down in there. In there. I have a smidge left over. Let's see if we need to top off any jars. We debubble. That's what I see. See. Be able to fit a smidge more to some of these. That looks good, and that's, let's see. Yep, hot. Okay, time to get all my view. Use my spoon. Trying to get all the onions. This will give me just enough probably to put in the fridge and have me a little taste later on and see if I like it or not. Probably do better to let it sit on your shelves after making it for at least a month to kind of cure and really soak in that flavor. There we go. Good enough. Alright. Set that one out of the way because it's not going in the canner. Wiping our rims, and yes, I am using vinegar to do so. Alright, I'm going to finish wiping these down and get the lids on and get them in the canner. Here's our finished product. As you see, I got the 5 half pints out of that. Gelled up pretty well, so I'm pleased with that. Let me show you a little bit on a spoon and get you in there and see how that, whoop, I mean, come down a little bit, how that gelled up. Now, I've already had a taste of it. This was the little extra I had left over that wasn't enough to fill a jar. As I was saying, I've already had a taste of it, and I personally don't like it. It's just too much pepper for me. The first little bite in my mouth, you get the sweetness, and then all of a sudden it's just bam, pepper. I'm real sensitive to pepper of any kind, whether it just be table pepper or peppers, cayennes, what have you. I just don't handle heat very well. So I'm going to be giving this away. I've already got a couple of people at work who have claimed a jar. So I'm going to take the sample jar tomorrow to let them taste it and make sure they're happy with it before I pass it on. Would I make this again? Not with as much pepper. And if you'll recall, it was 2 teaspoons of pepper and I cut it to 1.5. I could probably, for me, go with half, maybe even 1/4 teaspoon. That's how sensitive I am to it. So, but anyway, that's just my personal preferences. So overall, I wouldn't make this again for me, not unless I really cut that pepper back. And I don't know, you know, maybe in the future we'll see, might play with it again, but for right now, not on the top of my list to make again. Anyway, they turned out beautiful. They look really pretty. And I think my coworkers will enjoy it. So, thank you for watching, and happy canning.